On this week's episode of Forget It, Ivana, it's Chinatown. I will be discussing my feelings very quickly and briefly because I got to pick up a bagel, literally a bacon, egg, and cheese with cheddar cheese and salt, pepper, ketchup. And I'm doing it so that I'm not going to be long winded. I'm going to be direct. I'm going to give you my feelings, and you're going to get informed and you're going to have the news. Listen up, Lauren. Okay, Taylor Swift. Where are we now with her? She obviously is the biggest artist in the world, blah, 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 blah. She just released this terrible fucking album, 31 songs. Anyway, so let's get back to the timeline of her whole Joe, Maddie, blah, 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 Travis relationship. She is with Joe, Potato Joe, for 6 years, but never married. Why is that? She's always talked about wanting to get married. But anyway, they break up. They have broken up before in the past. A lot of her songs are about her anxiety about the relationship, how she's always getting into fights with him and blowing things out of proportion and then finding love, blah, 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 blah. But this has definitely been the most stable and healthiest relationship she's been in a long time. And unfortunately, it ended. So it ended at the beginning of the biggest tour of her life. So what does she do now? What does the biggest artist do, knowing that the public knows that her 7 year relationship has gone down the drain? She finds a rebound. Who does she find a rebound with? Some guy she fucked around with 10 years earlier. Matty Healy. I don't get it. I really don't. And I'm not even talking about the personality. I'm just talking about the vibe and his stank ass face. I don't fucking get it. But apparently, he was engaged to FK. He's been, I don't know. I don't know. A lot of these girls need therapy and they need a hug and they need love. But moving on. He has a stank ass personality, has said stank ass shit before about women of color, just being really rude, disgusting, and all of this shit. This fucking edgelord shit. Um, but anyway, people were like, she comes out with like a very PR pap walk, walking around with him only a month after she just ended the 6 year relationship. Why is this happening? Because she has problems and she cannot be alone. Seriously. Like, she needs the public to know that she is wanted and desired and that no one has dumped her and no one has wronged her, or if they, whatever. Because even if you're on the rebound and you're doing some shit, why are you doing pap walks? Why are you doing like so quickly? Like, let it breathe. Let your coochie breathe, girl. Damn. I don't mean that to slut shame her. I just mean that like she needs to breathe. Anyways, she's on this whole PR tour. People are bringing up receipts of him saying just nasty ass shit. She's having her PR team contact journalists to write some PR spin of like, Taylor's not responsible for what he said and that's feminism. And it's like, no, you're dating a really shitty guy who said really shitty things and that's just what you're doing and we're seeing it and people have opinions and whatever. So a month after she has gone on and told everyone she is the happiest she's ever been, she is fully fucking in love. All her old songs that we thought were about other things were actually about him the entire time. All of this shit. They just suddenly break up. Nothing's ever talked about again. 4 months later, she's dating Travis Kelce, an NFL pro football player. He's won Super Bowl several times. This is like the epitome of American high school with celebrities. She's a cheerleader, he is a football star. Anyway, they're dating. But a lot of people are kind of like, eh. And I think the consensus is they're probably fucking, probably having a good time. But this man is too stupid for her. Like, I don't think they're like literally vibing over things. So this is a PR relationship. She is getting a ton of attention. She's getting everything she loves, except for one thing: real love for herself. So moving on, she announces to the world that she's releasing a new album. And everyone is expecting this album to be about the breakup she had with Joe. The serious adult healthy relationship she had. That's what everyone's expecting. Her album leaks a day early. And the entire, not only was it like a 17 album track. She then added like another album on top of the album. She put the album on top of an album on top of a car. You know, like the exhibit meme. And it was one run on sentence of, why don't you people let me date him? I love him. And also, he left me. And like a couple songs sprinkled in about Joe. That were actually pretty sad. And then some, and it was just like, girl, where is your editor? Where is everything? Why? This could have been more compact. Have you never heard of Lady Gaga's The Fame Monster? One of the best 8 track fucking pure gold. Listen, I went to Pace University, and Pace even said, you need to edit your shit. Anyway, this is not Ivana's review corner. Moving on. She releases the album. It's terrible. It's all about this guy and their terrible fucking relationship and how she has problems. 2 months later, he comes out and says, I don't know why she wrote all the songs about me because it was never that serious. And I'm just like, oh, no, 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 no. And then after that, oh, like a couple days later, he's engaged to another woman that he met like a couple months after she met him. I mean, they broke up. And I'm just sitting here like, is she okay? Is she well? She is losing her ever loving shit today. Uh, because this whole thing about her never being chosen in a relationship to be like, you know, married, like, the long run, all that stuff is crazy. I mean, and that's why I say, at the end of the day, she is chasing after these men. She is chasing after these relationships. She is chasing out off of fame. She is chasing love from the public in this very public display of football and Americana and blah, 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 blah. We can get into it. We're not. We're wrapping up. I got to pick up my bagel. All of that to say, she needs to love herself. Anyway, come back for part 2. Oh, also, side note, she has never gone to a therapist before. She has very publicly stated several times that her mother is her therapist. And we're going to get into that in part 2 of this discussion. Probably tomorrow when I get breakfast, we're going to go into the Swift family because, oh my God, the child of capitalism has come down upon us. And we are now witnessing the mess that is the internal battle of being a child of capitalism and trying to be a modern woman in America. Thank you for listening.